a person might legitimately ask, why would I call the leaders and pastors and others from the Seventh-day Adventist Conference, why would I call them paid apologists? Well, I don't mind answering that question at all. Let's suppose that you belong to an organization and you had read things from the writings of Ellen White that might say something like this: if you disobey the testimonies of the church, which is the writings of Ellen White, then you're disobeying God. Wouldn't you be a little afraid to do anything and be very careful of what you're doing if you thought that you were disobeying God, if you disobeyed the testimonies to the church? And then what if all you heard from leader after leader was, oh, don't listen to anybody else. All they're trying to do is confuse you. All they're trying to do is trick you to believe something that's not right. All they are is Seventh-day Adventist bashers, so don't listen to them. In fact, if you read our material, you will see where we refute all of this, so don't listen to these people who are trying to confuse you. How wonderful that would be to have people so confused and so afraid to search for truth. But yet it seems like that's what the apologists of the Seventh-day Adventist organization have done in the organization itself. They've led people to believe that all other people are trying to do is confuse them, and they shouldn't disregard the testimonies of the church, or they're disobeying God. So you know what they have now? You know what these paid apologists have now? They have a captive audience of some 12 to 15 million people who are afraid to buy anything but their material. Sold in Seventh-day Adventist bookstores everywhere, promoted by Walter Veth at Amazing Discoveries, Doug Batchelor, Amazing Facts, and this other place called White Horse Media, and countless other names that Seventh-day Adventists go by, which leads me to say something about that as well. I remember when I was a Southern Baptist, we had hundreds and hundreds of different material out there, but Southern Baptist was on every bit of it, so people would know what our material is and was. As a Catholic, it's the same way. You know, I'm not told don't read anything but Catholic writings. In fact, I'm encouraged to do a lot of studying and seeking the beliefs about the Catholic Church and to read other materials and so forth. I'm not told don't read anything else. All people are trying to do is confuse you. But yet, why with Seventh-day Adventist? Why don't you just come under one name, Seventh-day Adventist? Why run out here under Amazing Discoveries and Amazing Facts and White Horse Ministry and countless other names they go by? Are they ashamed of their organization? Are they trying to hide that they're Seventh-day Adventists? Why don't they just say, okay, we're Seventh-day Adventists, this is our material, rather than come up with all these different names and they're Seventh-day Adventists anyway, you know? But anyway, getting back to the paid apologist thing, that's what it boils down to. Now they have a captive audience of some 12 to 15 million people buying their material, who are afraid to buy anything in search for truth because they've been told that all people are trying to do is confuse them. And they scare them with this come to Jesus thing, you know, and end-time prophecy. Oh, you're going to carry the mark of the beast, and 10-headed dragon's going to jump you, or whatever they do, you know. So they get these people afraid, so they have, it's kind of like a 12 to 15 million people in jail, and they feed them what they want them to have. Now, you imagine some of these commentaries and books that the Seventh-day Adventists have, that some of them selling up for upwards of $300-400. And so what you have now is a multi-million-dollar organization that has a captive audience of some 12 to 15 million people who will buy nothing but their material. And where do you think this money is going to? It's going to Amazing Discoveries. It's going to Amazing Facts. It's going to White Horse Media and the countless other organizations they have. That's why I call them paid apologists, because they have a captive audience that will buy nothing but their material. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, just write a book, they will buy it. Write another book, they'll buy it too. It doesn't matter whether the book's true or not. You know, just write the book, they'll buy it. Oh, show them your brilliance and show them who the beast of Revelation is and show them who's the mark of the beast and show them all of this. You know, just write it and put it out there. Put it in an SDA store. They know they got to buy it. They got to keep the money coming in for their paid apologist. That's why I call them paid apologists. They have frightened people into buying nothing more than their material. You got this guy, Jordan 777, whatever his name is. He'll give you a discount price on him. He's Seventh-day Adventist himself. He's over there making probably tons of money on it, selling his Seventh-day Adventist stuff. So that's why I'm calling these people paid apologists. They're getting paid to put out the slander they've got, and they've got an audience of 12 to 15 million people within their own organization to buy this stuff, besides the other people who will buy it out of curiosity. What would you call them? What would you call a person who is paid to put out the slander that they have? They're paid apologists for the Seventh-day Adventist organization. Now I plan on exposing what these paid apologists are teaching about Protestants and Catholics. What would you call them? They have a captive audience, can buy nothing more than their material. If they're not paid apologists, what would you call them? Until next time, this has been Golly saying, God bless.